Germany unearths pro-Russia disinformation campaign on X.
Here's a summary of the article.
Germany has uncovered a significant pro-Russia disinformation campaign using thousands of fake accounts on X to try to stir anger at Berlin's support for Ukraine, a media report has said. The revelations, first reported in Der Spiegel, come amid growing concern about the impact increasingly sophisticated disinformation campaigns could have on elections. The accounts also often link to fake news stories on websites designed to resemble those of genuine media outlets, Spiegel said, leading analysts to connect it to the Russia-linked, doppelganger campaign already known to authorities. The discoveries come at a time of increasing concerns about the effect that sophisticated disinformation campaigns could have on elections. Josep Borrell, the EU foreign policy chief, said this week that 2024 would be a critical year for fighting disinformation from Russia and elsewhere. Elections would become the prime target for malign foreign actors, he said. The World Economic Forum has ranked disinformation as its #1 threat over the next 2 years.
This post received a score of 5,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This is just one campaign narrowly focused on Germany. I have to suspect that this is a tiny fractional tip of a massive iceberg of shit.
I suspect damn near every pro-right-wing and anti-left-wing movement on Earth has dozens of Russian disinformation bot farms flooding all social media all of the time for and against the other. Destabilization in numerous countries in Russia's favor over the past 20 years has been far more effective than anything they accomplished during the Cold War. It's been talked about by multiple defectors and is a core strategy in a book about Russia's geopolitical goals and how best to pursue them.
It's also the left-wing movements. Remember when they organized BLM and WLM rallies right next to each other?
A lot of people love to conveniently leave that part out. Russia's goal is destabilization, and they do that by financing and propping up groups that will divide society, on all ends of the political spectrum. In the US, they pushed BLM, anti-police brutality groups at the same time as they were pushing back the blue groups.
Greater than Russia's goal is destabilization. ? Couldn't agree enough. This is something people on both sides of the divide need to understand. ? Do you know any prominent political, social movements that are not financed or supported by Russia? I want to support a platform for democracy, but not if it infringes on our liberties. I used to donate to Bernie's campaign as that seemed fairly incorruptible, but I'm not so sure now.
Thing is, just because Russia supports these movements doesn't mean they have no legitimacy. If that were the case, their covert ops wouldn't be anywhere near as effective. They amplify what already exists in a way that's useful to them. You cannot have change without periods of chaos. It just so happens that chaos at this current time is beneficial to Russia.
At this point, Russia is just at war with democracy globally.
In Russia, they call it war against the West.
So much for
if we had Twitter, maybe. If we had X, Germany would have won. Edit. This is a joke. I don't actually think either would have much impact, especially in isolation.
For sure, if there had been X in 1932, Hitler would have used it to help with his election campaign.
It's so frustrating how obvious it is to anyone with half a brain. In the US, there are hundreds of BS Facebook pages and millions of accounts posting Russian propaganda under the guise of being some super patriotic American. Accounts with a profile picture of an American flag struggling with using words like the and is make up half the comments on Breitbart's page.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.